He's a cheat beast, feeling like I'm Ajax, no one beats me. Scoring low dribbles is so easy. Gold one gameplay through your TV. Call me Khaleesi. Every goal I score is fire, that's a fact. FIFA point addict, spent a couple racks, yeah. I can't hit a lead, that makes me sad. Breaking controllers cause their gameplay's bad, yeah. What's going on YouTube? It's your boy 1-Star Weakfoot, and we're back for another player review. And today, we're gonna review this 84 rated man of the match, Donny Beek. And you guys already know that Ajax is having a tremendous season. They're in the semifinals of the UCL, and yeah, I definitely had to try one of their cards on FIFA just to see how it plays out. So I decided to pick this Beek card. He came out on Friday. I haven't seen any reviews on him yet. People have been sleeping on the card, but not me. I'm going to try him out in Weekend League right now. Once again, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. And if you haven't liked this video yet and you're enjoying the content, smash the like button down below. Let's look at this card. So he's 6 foot tall. He has medium work rates. He's right-footed with a 4-star weak foot, and he has 3-star skill moves. I played 6 games in the Weekend League with him. I got 2 goals with 2 assists, which is not too bad of a contribution as I was playing him in the CM position. So real quick, let's look at the stats a little bit closer. He has 74 pace, which is not exactly what I'm looking for from a CM, but it's not bad. His shooting stats are pretty decent. 90 shot power with 91 long shots are the standout stats here. His passing looks very solid. His dribbling could be an issue. I mean, his agility and balance look pretty low, especially since he's 6 foot tall. His defending stats are serviceable if you're going to play him as an attacking CM. His physical stats are pretty solid. 82 strength, 76 jumping on somebody who's 6 foot tall is good enough to get the job done. So yeah, let's jump into the gameplay. I'll be right back. Alright, so according to Footbin, this card's going to cost you between 32 and 35k on the PS4 market. Is he worth that money? I would say he's not a bad buy, alright? And let me break down the stats for you so you know exactly what you're getting with this kind of card. So, pace-wise, it's pretty much exactly what you would expect. He's pretty average, all right? He can feel a little clunky, a little bit lumbering when you're running with him. And he's not really somebody you'd want tracking up and down the pitch as your main ball winner because he will let you down. He does get burnt sometimes for pace if you want to track back with him. And, you know, like if you want to use him in your midfield, you're going to want to surround him with faster midfielders, in my opinion, just to cover for this weakness. So I would have to rate his pace at a 6 out of 10. His shooting. I would say his shooting inside the box is pretty decent, actually. I think even though he only has 82 finishing, he does have high shot power, so his low drivens are actually very nice. Both of my goals were low drivens from a far post position. His attack positioning is actually really nice as well. He makes very intelligent runs. He's always in a good position to support build-up play, and I really did enjoy that part of his card. I did take a few long shots with him. They were all powerful, they were all accurate, but they were all saved by the goalkeeper. So overall, I would say his shooting is an 8 out of 10. It's definitely good enough to play as an attacking CM. I wouldn't necessarily play him at cam because I don't think his shooting is that good. I don't think his dribbling is good enough, and he does have 3-star weak foot. So I think attacking CM is definitely the position to play with him. Now let's move on to his passing. I would say his passing is one of his strengths. He does have 86 vision. He does have 87 short passing, and he does have 83 long passing. And I find that this is just enough to really send in really nice long balls behind the defense. And I really feel like the best way to play with this card is not to dribble too much, but to do a lot of one-touch passing, just like he does at Ajax, because he's really good at that, actually. I think his passing is also helped by his composure. He has 88 composure, which is big, which is huge. So when he's being pressured, he can still spit out a really nice pass. So I would say his passing is very good. Overall, I would say it's a 9 out of 10. He's not elite, but he's pretty close. I really like his passing on this card. His dribbling. And yeah, his dribbling is not really the best, all right? As far as pure dribbling, like close ball control, it's not too bad for a bigger midfielder. Like, if you don't sprint with him and you just do simple things like drag backs, fake shots, stuff like that, he could probably pull off a skill move or two. But once you start doing more complicated things, once you start trying to turn defenders, you're going to have a bad time because he's pretty clunky on the ball. Initially, I tried the Catalyst Chem style on this card to really boost his pace, but I found him really clunky. So then I added the Artist Chem style on him to really boost his agility. It gives plus 10 agility. And I did notice it got a little bit better, a tiny bit better, but overall, he still has this clunky feel when it comes to trying to make quick turns. And that's why with him, I really tried to stick to the one-touch passing and just simple drag backs, ball rolls, that kind of thing. Overall, I would say his dribbling is a 7 out of 10. His defending. I mean, we do have to talk about his defending. I know his card position is Cam, but if you look at the stats, he does have the stats to be a CM, and he's probably better suited to play CM. So we're going to talk about his defending, and his defending isn't bad, actually. He has 79 interceptions, which is pretty solid. He does get a few interceptions in, especially because he's a taller player, and he does have nice physical. So his standing tackle is not too bad. He has enough strength, enough physical, enough standing tackle stat to really put in challenges on those 50-50 balls in the midfield. And if he's in position, because he does take a little bit to track back, but once he's in position, he's pretty good defensively. I wouldn't play him as a CDM though. He's definitely not good enough to play CDM, but as a CM, his defense is pretty adequate. I would say his defense is a 7 out of 10. His physical. I would say his physical was good and bad. All right, his strength was notable. He's pretty decent when shielding the ball. He's pretty decent when going into challenges, and I would say that part of his physical is good. His stamina is solid, but if the game goes more than 90 minutes, I find that he gets tired. He needs a sub. And that's just what it is in FIFA. I notice any midfielder that has below 90 stamina normally needs a sub at some point in the game if you're playing weekend league into extra time. And that's just what it is. His jumping is pretty decent. I didn't really get a chance to challenge that many headers with him, but he does have a decent jumping on him for somebody who's 6 foot tall. So overall, what would I rate this card? I would say this card is pretty bang average, honestly. At this stage of the game, there's a lot of midfielders that offer the same things he does. So overall, I would have to say he's a 7.5 out of 10. Is he usable in Weekend League? I would say he's usable at the beginning of Weekend League, but once you start facing the Hullets, the Vieiras of the world, he does get bullied, and you really can't blame him because he costs a fraction of the price. However, if you get him into good positions, if you surround him with good midfielders, like faster, quicker midfielders, then he could still do a job on your team, and he's definitely good enough to play in division rivals. He's more of a card that you want to get if you're trying to have fun with the game, if you're trying to use an Ajax team, if you're trying to use a Dutch team. He's not a bad option, and honestly, he's a pretty fun card. I mean, I never thought going into FIFA 19 I would ever use a Van de Beek card, but here I am. So yeah, that's going to be my Man of the Match 84 rated Van de Beek review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. But until then, later.